So you just decided, I need cookies right now. Or your guests just messaged you to say, hey, can we drop by? Or honestly, you just need a warm cookie and an instant win. But maybe you don't have an hour to prep, or you don't have butter pre-softened. Today we're trying out 2 different recipes that you can start immediately and have warm, delicious cookies in under 30 minutes. Seriously. We're doing a classic chocolate chip cookie, but with a little twist to make it extra gooey and bakery worthy. And a white chocolate cranberry cookie. A little fancy and perfect for gifting or just treating yourself. No chilling, no waiting. You don't even need to soften your butter ahead of time. Just melt it on the stove and let's go. I'm Larissa, and if you love simple, doable recipes and are looking for a fun, supportive community, make sure you subscribe. I love these chocolate chip cookies, especially when I use Calabo chocolate. This is not sponsored. This stuff is just my favorite. I love it. I feel that the chopped chocolate chunks make it look a little more fancy, a little more bakery style. And I roll out the Calabo at Christmas, on my birthday, when I just want to treat myself and do something an extra bit fancy. We're going to start by preheating the oven to 350 degrees because we do not need to chill this dough. Melt a half a cup of butter on low until it's fully liquid, and then you're going to let it cool down slightly. Add to that a 1/4 cup of brown sugar and a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Mix that just until it's smooth, and then add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 large egg, and a 1/4 teaspoon of instant coffee or espresso powder. You're going to mix this with a little water, just another 1/4 teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon. The coffee powder is optional. I find it kicks up the chocolate flavor. If you don't have it at home, it is not worth investing in a whole jar of coffee powder. Once you've beaten in the egg, the teaspoon of vanilla, and the coffee, you're going to stir in 1 cup of all-purpose flour, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Once this is combined, you're going to add in 3/4 cup of chocolate chips or chocolate chunks. I'm using a mix of milk and dark chocolate. You can just grab semi-sweet if that's what you've got in the cupboard. Whatever you've got on hand and makes you happy. You can add some nuts in there or caramel bits. This is where you can really make it your own. Once that's all folded in, you're going to scoop a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half of dough onto the parchment-lined cookie sheet and bake for about 10 minutes. The edges will be golden, the center will be kind of soft. You're going to transfer those to a wire rack for a few minutes to cool down and enjoy. The white chocolate cranberry cookies are soft and chewy and feel just a little bit fancy, at least to me. Start by preheating your oven because this one requires no pre-softened butter and no chill time. Gently melt a 1/2 cup of unsalted butter. Melt that on low and then set it aside to cool just a little bit. Add to the melted butter 1/2 cup of brown sugar and a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Once that's incorporated, add 1 teaspoon vanilla extract and 1 large egg. And then once that is just combined, you're going to add 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/8 teaspoon of salt. And once that is all mixed, add in your 3/4 cup of white chocolate chips or chunks and a 1/2 cup of dried cranberries. And you can choose to use sweetened or unsweetened, whatever you prefer or whatever you've got on hand. I tried coating these in sanding sugar, which I don't love the look of. I also tried coating them in pistachios, and I do like that. I think that moving forward, I would rather incorporate the pistachios, so mix in a 1/4 cup of chopped pistachios because I like the look of the green of the nuts and then the white of the chocolate, the red of the cranberries. But you do you. You're going to scoop about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of dough per cookie onto the parchment paper lined baking sheet and then bake for about 10 minutes. Cool on a wire rack and then enjoy. Here's a quick recap. Melted butter means instant start. Chopped chocolate means bakery style pockets of deliciousness. Cranberries plus white chocolate mean easy but a little fancy. No chilling, minimal prep, maximum cookie goodness. If you try either of these recipes, please drop in the comments below how it went and which one was your favorite. And remember, whether you're baking on a low energy day or just craving a cookie right frickin' now, you are not alone in needing a little sweet pick-me-up.